This is CoreTV News of the Hour with Nifemi Oguntoye. President Goodluck Jonathan has again extended the olive branch to insurgents fighting to install an Islamic caliphate in some parts of the country. Jonathan made the offer in his nationwide independence broadcast. He urged those waging war with Nigeria to lay down their arms while calling on anyone with genuine grievances to come forward for dialogue. President Jonathan regretted that despite the achievements of his administration, Nigeria is still in a sober moment. He blamed it on insurgents who have been waging war on the nation. The president also wants all Nigerians to set aside political, sectional or other parochial considerations and support efforts to check insurgencies in the country. For the fourth year running, President Jonathan on Wednesday celebrated the Independence Day anniversary within the confines of the presidential villa. The brief event witnessed the ceremonial presidential change of guards, which had several top government functionaries in attendance. Pal Samuel now reports on the low-key celebration.
It's 54 years after Nigeria's independence, and for the fourth consecutive year, the celebration is low-key. The weekly presidential change of guard has been moved to Wednesday from Monday, just to give it a ceremonial outlook on Independence Day.
Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen, the new incoming quarter guard.
What we have just witnessed should be a signal to Nigerians that their armed forces are ready, willing and able to secure this nation. Let Nigerians be assured that we will overcome every challenge that comes our way, and we will move forward to having a greater, better Nigeria.
These white pigeons signify peace, and their release from this cage symbolizes freedom for the country. The president also signed the Independence Anniversary Register as well as cut the independence cake. Prayers were offered by both Christian and Muslim clergy. President Jonathan did not make a speech at the brief event, but government officials are optimistic that the country will overcome its challenges.
We have gone through quite a few challenges in this country, and we are still going through challenges. Challenges of terrorism, we have had challenges of viral diseases as well. But I think that all in all, throughout everything, the country has managed to stay united. We were children who saw the Civil War and participated in it in the 60s. And to think that we have got to this stage, is a wonderful thing. I think that the government has held strong, the people of Nigeria have remained united, and the progress we are seeing in infrastructure and policies in this country is only to be admired. And that whatever the case, Nigerians should remember that we are one people and we belong to one nation. No matter the tribe or the religion, we are one people, and united we should stand.
We've done well as a nation. We can do better. What it requires is for us to continue to have the resolve to build our country, to grow our country, resolve to commonly aggress our enemies, commonly rise up against our common problems, and then collectively decide that we can make this country a better country. Nigeria has all the trappings of a nation can be one of the best in the world.
Well, it's been very eventful, of course full of challenges, but most importantly, God has kept us alive. But if you look at what had happened in the past and what is happening now, you will agree with me that President Goodluck Jonathan is transforming Nigeria. And people are happy, people are asking him to come back and complete what he has started, and that is what all of us stand for.
There's no official explanation on the decision to hold a low-key independence anniversary celebration, but government functionaries say it reflects the mood of the nation. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, a cross-section of Nigerians resident in Abuja are demanding that the citizenry should have a feel of the Independence Day celebration. The decry situation where the day is marked on the forecourt of the presidential villa and away from public gathering. These, according to Abuja residents, is because the nation has a lot to celebrate.
Since independence in 1960, Nigerians have eagerly looked forward to parades on October 1. That was until the twin car bomb attack of 2010 put a stop to all that. But now, a cross-section of Nigerians who are used to seeing public show of the anniversary are wondering why the government has in recent years opted for a low-key celebration. They are of the view that the country deserves an elaborate celebration, not a subdued one.
We're supposed to have a big celebration because of what? The mind Nigeria tends to come together. Because Nigeria, you know, if you watch what happens a few days ago, you see Nigeria has a very big mind to come together. So since Nigeria have a big mind to come together, we have to make it a big celebration.
I want to thank God for the president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, for the hard work. I know with the coupled with the challenges he's facing, I know that God, who brought him for Nigerians, will also see him through. I personally want to also thank the Nigerians too for their understanding. Despite the fact of the security challenges we are facing, we pray to Almighty God that God who gave us this independence will also bring unity.
This man says the country has come a long way, even in the face of the numerous challenges, especially insecurity and insurgency.
If not for God, who thought we would have been alive as a nation by now? Boko Haram, Ebola, anything you can think about, the politicians with their selfish tendencies. But despite all the odds, Nigeria still remains one. It's worth giving praise. Despite the fact we've not gotten to the promised land, but we are on course. All we need to do is to give the president every support that we need to muster.
Several others applauded the efforts and achievements of President Jonathan and wants Nigerians to pray for the nation.
I want to appreciate, our president in the person of Mr. President Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, for the great work. It takes a man that is strong to be able to face the challenges, that has been happening, since he took off from the government since 2011. He was elected, from one problem to the other, Boko Haram, talk about, terrorism, for being able to stand on his feet and, face those challenges. And I believe in God that we're overcoming them and we'll overcome all of them.
Another independence anniversary has come and gone. And while Nigerians expect the best from government, they are also demanding a collective approach to tackling the challenges of governance in the country.
Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola says patriotism and renewed dedication to service are needed from all citizens to put Nigeria back on the path of greatness. Fashola made this known at the parade to mark the 54th independence anniversary of the country. Abiola Oluwole, who was at the parade ground, as report was presented from our studios.
Even the downpour did not discourage the people from participating in the annual Independence Anniversary in Lagos State. The inspection of the Guard of Honor by Governor Fashola signaled the commencement of the commemoration of Nigeria's Independence Anniversary. The event having taken off, the traditional march past by the police, voluntary organizations and school children followed suit. In a speech at the occasion, Fashola saluted the courage of health workers in containing the spread of the deadly Ebola virus disease in the country. He says renewed dedication to service and patriotism from Nigerians will surely return the glory days of the country.
It does not really matter how little it is. Together it makes a whole. We can serve our country by pledging in our hearts to restore, to share, and to protect our communities, our states, and our nation. As I have said before, I know that the temptation to focus on our failures and lament our national deficiencies is there. I know that the temptation to compare our achievements with our potentials and conclude that we could have done much better is perhaps inevitable. But I say to you, the Nigerian youth, choose to take on a more positive attitude. It is a choice, and that choice is yours.
Nigerians will be expecting that the message of hope across the country will soon translate to a better life for the masses.
In neighboring Osun State, some civil rights activists say the independence celebration is not complete without knowing the whereabouts and subsequent release of the abducted Chibok schoolgirls. The activities in a protest in Osogbo demanded expedite action from the federal government in securing the release of the abducted girls. Here again is Rashid with the details.
It's 170 days and still counting since the over 200 secondary school girls were abducted in Chibok, Borno State by the dreaded Boko Haram insurgents. And as the nation marks her 54th independence anniversary, these Osun residents are asking the rationale behind this year's celebration. The activists under the aegis of I Am Chibok berated the federal government for not doing enough to rescue the innocent girls from the captivity of the dreaded Boko Haram insurgents.
4,018 hours is not a joke, which, I mean, to everybody, represent 170 days. So therefore, this is uncalled for. This is not good enough for Nigeria, and Mr. President will be on parade. Mr. President will be on Eagle Square, celebrating what? Celebrating that the Mr. President is happy that Nigerian girls were kidnapped. He resign and go back to his village, settle with his people. We have never had it so bad like this. Nigeria has never witnessed kidnapping before. We have never experienced this political crisis before.
The group, which staged a protest around some major streets of Osogbo, the Osun State capital, terminating at Government House, presented their letter of protest to the representative of Governor Rauf Aregbesola for onward transmission to President Goodluck Jonathan. The protesters argued that 5.5 months is more than enough for the federal government to secure the release of the Chibok girls.
So we're here to tell the federal government, we're here to tell our governor, we want to send our governor on a message to the federal government to tell him that they have to bring back our girls now. That Nigeria is not free until these girls are free. We cannot sit down as a nation in captivity. These girls are in captivity and the nation is walking around as if nothing is happening. The house of Nigeria is on fire, and we're here to tell the government that we as a people, we are not going to sit back. We want to break the silence on the Chibok girls. Nobody is speaking now. It's as if nothing has happened. It's as if these 219 girls, their lives don't matter. Meanwhile, they are there every day. They're being raped by different multiple men. Some of them are pregnant. Some of them are sick. They're suffering every day. And we're moving on as in a country as if nothing is happening. We are here to break the silence on the Chibok girls and to say there's no freedom, there's no independence without the freedom of Chibok girls.
But it's unfortunate that we forget that the things that are happening around us have soaked our green and white, they have soaked them in red. So today we are coming out to show that Chibok is not free, Nigeria is not free until Chibok is free. And if Chibok's girls they are in abduction, they are escaping, they are being raped, they are having HIV, and they are being impregnated by men who are traitors.
And a place where we can live, where everybody will enjoy, where there will be a freedom. I don't see why some people should just gather themselves and call themselves touts or rogue to just, I don't even know, just to gather some female students, hide them somewhere, all because of creating a names for yourself, calling yourself Boko Harams or whatever. This is not ideal. This is not supposed to be.
The protesters enjoin Nigerians and the international community to mount more pressure on the federal government to rescue the girls and bring them back in safe and sound health. Rashid, CoreTV News, Osogbo.
Prominent Nigerians are divided on whether Nigeria has a lot to celebrate on its 54th Independence Day anniversary. While a cross-section of them told CoreTV News in Abuja that the country has come a long way, there are others who insist that the political environment is not different, not any different from that of the military years.
Our democracy is not working the way we want it. There is no accountability. We want free and fair election. That's the only way we can talk about democracy. Honestly, we will do better if we are properly elected. If you win election and you are off tangent, your constituent will call you to order. But if you don't win and your name is put down and announced in Abuja, you know very well that you are not accountable to the people. We have made some little progress, no doubt, but I believe we should have done much better. So we must do election next year, and properly too, so that if we lose, we go away, and those who win should take over. Honestly, that will guarantee our stability, transform Nigeria from where it is today to a nation that enjoys respectability in the community of nations. To do otherwise is to destroy this country.
The larger portion of Nigerians believe that Nigeria is better as one country. And I think, so in terms of unity, we have done very, very well. I think in terms of the economy too, there is progress so far, and but of course we are very bad on corruption, very bad on insecurity. These are challenges that I think we must have sufficient attention. We must provide sufficient government to face these challenges, because if we don't face them squarely, they are going to drown this unity we have.
I believe that Nigeria at 54 has made some progress. If I cast my mind back, because I'm older than 54 years now, I can see that before, the type of roads we used to pass through was very narrow bridges. Schools were not as many as we have them now. And the facilities all around were not as improved as they are. But that is not to say that we measure up to 54 years in terms of development, maturity, and the development of infrastructures. So there are still problems. But most of the problems are problems we have created for ourselves. For instance, if we had peace since this administration came into power and nobody is struggling with anybody, I believe that we would have probably done much more than what is possible now. If the resources that have been put into fighting Boko Haram and struggling for unity, struggling for this security, if we had used all this for internal development, building of schools, building of hospitals, and equipping ourselves in one way or the other, I think our country would have been much better.
Prominent Nigerians there speaking on Nigerian independence after 54 years. We'll take a break now and we'll be back with more. Stay with us.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Thanks for joining us again. Let's now go to Adamawa State, where the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, has led the Adamawa State All Progressives Congress in a campaign rally to flag up the party's readiness for the forthcoming governorship by-election in the state. The party is fielding Bindo Jibrila in the October 11 election. Correspondent Martins Dixon completes the report.
That greeted the arrival of party stalwarts and supporters of the All Progressives Congress to Jada local government area, hometown of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar. It is the first campaign rally of the party, which is fielding Senator Bendo Jibrila as its governorship candidate in the October 11 by-election. Atiku Abubakar told the gathering that the wind of change is blowing and wisdom demands that every one of his kinsmen and supporters should support the move for a better Adamawa state and a greater Nigeria. My brothers, my siblings and children, the promise I will make on behalf of the government you will elect on the 11th of October is that 50% of the government will be constituted by youths and women. Earlier, the governorship candidate Bendo Jibrila says his government will bring about the desired change that Adamawa State has been yearning for. The people of Adamawa will see change in no small way. We will change the lives of the masses because the masses in this country are suffering. The party leaders who spoke at the rally encouraged the gathering to vote for the All Progressives Congress, insisting that the future of the state lies in the ideologies and manifesto of the party. Some of the people who spoke at the rally say they believe in the leadership of the party and the ability of the governorship candidate.
We are kicking off this campaign from the Southern Senatorial Zone, Ganyeja da Tongo, where Atiku Abubakar belongs to and where our deputy governor belongs to. PDP in Adamawa is no more a party. It's a group of people who want to promote tribalism and religion, a group of people who want to marginalize others and set differences and enmity among the community of the state.
I want to tell you that the wind of change is already blowing. I've already told you, this land wants change. The people have spoken. You have seen it, and the evidence is all around. Everything is glaring. You can see all around. People moving out, coming out in masses, both rich, both young, everybody is here.
Party leaders say the campaign has started and will not stop until the party convinces every resident of Adamawa State of his ability to give them a better tomorrow. Martins Dixon, CoreTV News, Yola.
Meanwhile, Speaker of the Adamawa State House of Assembly, Kwamoto Lauri, has reiterated the readiness of the People's Democratic Party to win the forthcoming governorship election in the state. Lauri says the PDP has a strong and formidable footing to win the poll in a landslide.
Adamawa is PDP. Whoever tells you there is another political party that will win election in Adamawa State is just joking. Adamawa State is PDP. PDP has all structures on ground to win election. You know, since the exception is PDP that is on ground in Adamawa State, and you know, given what happened and the candidates we have, and you know, if you see the psychology and the direction of the people, you know that definitely PDP is going to have a landslide victory, not just victory, a landslide victory in Adamawa State.
The Adamawa State governorship debate, however, was truncated on Wednesday during the introduction of participants from 3 political parties contesting the October 11 election in the state. The debate had in attendance the Adamawa State acting governor and candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Ahmadu Fintiri, candidate of Kowa Party, Dahiru Waziri, and candidate of the People's Party of Nigeria, Amos Yusuf. The debate was called off when the governorship candidate of Kowa Party, Dahiru Waziri, slumped when he was being introduced. A chaotic situation ensued when organizers made efforts to save the candidate. Dahiru was rushed to a federal hospital medical center in Yola after receiving first aid. CoreTV News gathered from the state party chairman, Saidu Bobo, that Waziri is back at home following a discharge from the hospital. As campaign activities remain on hold until a medical report expected from the hospital prove him fit to continue. We'll take a break now, and I'll be back with more. Don't go away.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Outside Nigeria, briefly, student demonstrators in Hong Kong have vowed to step up the mass pro-democracy protest if Chief Executive Si Leung does not resign. Student leader Shum said protesters could start occupying government buildings if Mr. Leung did not quit by Thursday. Thousands continue to protest on the streets against China's vetting of candidates for 2017's leadership poll. Ex-Governor Chris Patton accused China of reneging on its commitment. And that wraps it on CoreTV News this hour. Join us again at the top of the hour for more stories. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Thanks for being there.